belong with me, and I belong with you. You belong with me, and I belong with you.
Hello and welcome to bite number 6 of the Belonging Bite-Sized, the Inclusion and Belonging series. I'm Danielle Wood.
And I'm Sophie Wood. And today we're going to discuss how mental health is such a critical part of inclusion and belonging. It's one thing to feel included, but if people don't feel safe to bring their whole selves to work, including their mental health challenges that they may be experiencing, then we're missing a big piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, you're right. I think statistics actually show that 1 in 4 people will experience a mental health problem each year. And that's a huge number. And yet the stigma often keeps people from speaking up. So creating a culture where mental health conversations are normalized is key to making people feel like they truly belong.
Yes. And I think, stigma is such a huge thing. So if you think about it, when someone refers to mental health, a lot of people still associate that with something that has negative connotations. So people may use general kind of throwaway comments, terms associated with mental illness, such as, oh, you're mad, or, oh, she's Looney Tunes. Or something, a specific example from my working life is when I was recovering from a very serious medical condition. I had recovering from sepsis. Like one of my managers said, oh, you're too fragile, which was absolutely gobsmacking. So it just goes to show that people use this stigmatized language around mental health really without giving it much thought. Now, the truth is, we all have mental health, just like we have physical health. And there is no health without mental health. And sometimes, just like we can have poor physical health, we can all sometimes have poor or low mental health as well. And that can range from having anxiety and or depression, or having suicidal thoughts, or even in extremis symptoms of psychosis. Now, some of these things are accessible to us. They're quite easy to grasp. And some we find quite confusing or are even scared of. Now, traditionally, by not discussing mental health, we felt isolated in our feelings. And just by talking about it, we usually discover many people feel similar or sometimes even exactly the same. So when we're talking openly about how we're feeling within these contexts, we can truly break down this stigma that exists. So don't forget the words of the great Nelson Mandela. Education is the enemy of ignorance.
Yes, a little bit deep, Sophie. I think in very practical terms, I'd just like to just recall one of the sessions we did earlier this year for a company, and we did a little live poll about how many people, after we've done the explanations of what mental health is and what low mental health is, we asked people whether or not they'd suffered from low or poor mental health. And actually it was over 70% of the people on the call did. And I think it was surprising to us and to them, especially when the stats normally say 1 in 4. So actually much more prevalent than you think. People just aren't talking about it. And one of the wonderful things about that, I think, was it probably gave them a realization that they're not alone. And that in itself is very inclusive. And it may well then spark more conversation around the subject. So I think that's all good. And I think around that, I think it's really important that the leaders within a business, managers within a business, talk openly about their own mental health, because it does set such a powerful example. And it shows that it's okay. It's okay not to be okay, and that seeking help is actually a strength and not a weakness. Whether that's sharing resources, offering flexible work options, just checking in on a personal level, all the little actions and being a role model. All these small actions, they really do add up. And don't forget, we can all make a difference. We can all play our part in breaking down the barriers that make or have made mental health a taboo subject historically. So the more we talk about it, the more we reduce the stigma, and the closer we get to a truly inclusive environment where everybody can thrive.
Yes.
Sophie.
So the challenge to everybody is, let's keep these conversations going. Reach out to someone today and ask how they're really doing, how are they feeling, and try and get further than the usual "I'm fine" or "I'm okay." And let's make mental health part of our everyday conversations.
Brilliant. Thank you, Sophie. So for today, I think we're going to wrap it up there. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'd like to invite you to come back next time. And in the meantime, if you want to find out more about us, then please do visit our website. The address is along the bottom of the screen. That's www.belongingbase.com. And all that's left for me to say is goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me too.
You belong with me.